Welcome. Welcome to the So Great podcast. I am Mso the Great. Yes, I am great because I bring great to the plate. We are coming to you live from We Lack Studio. All right, so normally I come from We Lack Studio. I'm shooting in the content creation space and all that. But today we are in the office. We are at the window where the business gets handled at. That's where we at right now. So we're gonna be shooting from this space because I got other business to be doing while I'm doing this. I'm a multifaceted, multi-talented, multi-individual. so I got to shoot from the office today, but it's cool as hell. Doesn't matter. Business will get handled any motherfucking way. Don't matter. You understand? That's MSO life right there. We Lack Studio 114 East Princess Anne Road, Norfolk, Virginia. If you're ever in Norfolk, Virginia, come and check us out, man. It's a real cool vibe, man. Real laid back, real chill vibe. 420 friendly space, content creation space. You can come here, create your content. You can come here to do some work. We have people that come here and use it as a co-working space, get on the Wi-Fi, yada yada yada, in a 420 friendly environment as well. And we also have fitness classes and all different type of things going on, art shows and things like that. So please pay attention to us. Stay locked in. We on Instagram at Go Relax. Stay locked in. Pay attention, man, because it's We Lack Studios, man. We got some things going on. We Lack Health and Wellness as well. We have some great health and wellness products here for you as well. I mean, we have everything from mushroom supplements to detox teas to all different types of things, man. If you having ailments, if you having issues, we got oils, we have rose water, we have soaps and all different types of things, man. It's a health and wellness spot as well. And again, 420 friendly. Come enjoy your flavors or come and shop for your flavors as well. We Lack Studios is 114 East Princess Anne Road, Norfolk, Virginia. You ever in Norfolk, come check us out. And if you in Norfolk, you already know what's up. You already know where we at. You already know what the drill is. So shout out. Hey, man, today, man, we're going to have a deep conversation. I've been sitting back thinking and just pondering on different things, because as a businessman, there's so many different things that you have to train yourself and prepare yourself for as a businessman. We think about, the money and the business and all that stuff. Yes, you definitely have to pay attention to that. And that is very, very important. Stay on top of your paperwork, stay on top of your strategy, But at the same time, there are like developmental things as well that we must focus on when it comes to doing business, when it comes to being in business and maintaining business, when it comes to being an entrepreneur. One of the things that I want to talk about today, it would be self-sabotage. All right. I pay attention to this, as a businessman, I like to read a lot of success stories or even just stories, just history. I'm just really big into history. And you've read, and I've seen so many times where, the people get to a certain point, a company can get to a certain point, or people can get to a certain point where, I mean, everything is working out well, and then they just start self-sabotaging, start making bad decisions, start getting emotional about things, and it's like there's no real answer to what's going on. There's no real answer to what's going on. It's just that here, self-sabotage exists. And I don't know if it's an egotistical thing or if it's a fear thing as well, because if you ask me, it could definitely be both. Um, Egotistical on the means as, you're an individual, you've been grinding, you've been making it happen. I mean, things have almost fell apart so many damn times, but you were able to put it back together. You're able to be successful. A lot of times with business people and entrepreneurs, you understand this. Like your company can be on the brink. Company can be on the brink a lot. And sometimes it takes some real risky and real advantageous goals that really helps you get to that next level, get to that, or just save yourself. Right then, I heard about the story about how I think it was the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? I think it was the Lakers and how what was it? The Lakers. Hold on, let me just go ahead and get this right because the story was absolutely incredible. It was a company. I'm going to be pawn. Think about the name of this company when it happens. You know what I'm saying? But it was a company out there and the CEO was going bankrupt, was going broke, and it was like he needed money to be able to cover the expenses, didn't have the money to be able to cover expenses. I said CEO, but it was the owner. Didn't have the capital to be able to cover the expenses and stuff like that. Was going broke. This guy, this amazing person, took the capital, went to Vegas, put it on the tables, let it ride. Bow! Came up that night. Came up with enough capital to be able to save the company. Boom. Now, I'm pretty sure that they went through that other times as well. But this is a time where they took a chance, took an absolute risk. Not saying that that's something that you should be doing. Not saying you should be going out there liquidating the company, taking all this, and then trying to go gamble. What I'm saying is that took some balls, man. That took some balls. Motherfucker was like, yo, I'm putting it on the table. This is how much I believe in this. I'm putting it on the table. This is how much I believe in this. You know what I mean? And then it came up. It don't always work out like that. It don't always work out like that. Damn, I wish I could remember what the name of this company was. You know what I'm saying? But I wish, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you could be lucky enough for something like that to happen, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. If you're lucky enough for that something like that to happen, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, you're going to have some type of like structure and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Give me one moment. I got to answer something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm at the shop and I'm shooting the podcast right now, my boy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm always doing business. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just a little more business. But yeah, you know what I mean? Constantly, man. You know what I mean? So and some people can see that action as self-sabotage because if it would have fucked up, if it wouldn't have worked, people would have been like, oh man, that's self-sabotage, man. You could have took the money and did anything. You could have did blah, yada, yada, yada. It's self-sabotage. It's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it could have been self-sabotage if it didn't work, you know what I mean? But I don't know how the situation, I don't know what I mean? But at the same time, sometimes being that egotistical, being that like, you could lose it all. You can fuck it up, lose it all, and the company fuck up. The company fail. That can happen. That's possible. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you can take a chance because you believe in it so much. You believe in it so much that you like, yo, the universe is on my side. I believe in this. The universe is on my side. You know what I'm saying? That's the individual who's not faulting himself with negative self-talk. And negative self-talk, in my personal opinion, is one of the greatest catalysts for self-sabotage. Negative self-talk, man, that's real spit. Negative self-talk right there is I believe, what leads you to self-sabotage. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen somebody where everything is just going right? Everything is just going right, just making it happen, just going right. But for some reason, they just not happy with it. Fighting against it, fighting like, I don't know if it's, you know, you just don't believe that things are going right, because that's possible. You can have a belief system issue, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you don't believe that things could go right, or if it's one of those things where it's like things are going right, but things aren't going the way that you want them to go. And if they're not going the exact way that you want them to go, it's like it's not going right. And so even if it's going right and it's making strides and you get accolades for it, you're miserable. And so you're fighting against it. And the thing about self-sabotage is a lot of times when it comes to that shit, we got to check ourselves. It's not really something, because when it comes to self-sabotage, one thing you're definitely going to be doing is you're going to find somebody to blame. Go find somebody to blame. It's this person's fault. It's this fault. It's the fault of this. It's the fault of this. You go find something to blame. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, the blame is really on yourself. So when it comes to this type of situation, I like to pay attention to negative self-talk. Because if things are spiraling, when they're good, but in my eyes they're spiraling, but they're good, then I gotta like check myself. I gotta check myself like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? What is it that we're telling ourselves? Because it's negative self-talk. It's negative self-talk. Even if you allow somebody else's negative opinion fuck with you and create negative self-talk within yourself. And that negative self-talk, man, that shit is a dream killer. A dream killer. I was watching this movie back in the day. It was on HBO. It was an HBO movie. You know what I'm saying? And it was this basketball player. His name was Earl Manigault. You know what I'm saying? Earl Manigault. God was a beast. Guy was an absolute beast. I mean, the short guy, and was able to jump so crazy. He was snatching money off the top of the backboard, like short. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he was short, but he wasn't as tall as the rest of them guys. You know what I'm saying? As much as tall. But yo, a beast on the basketball court. On a beast. Come from a place, you know what I'm saying, where opportunities are slim. You know what I mean? Come from a place where opportunities are slim. And so got an opportunity, go to a private high school, whatever, playing ball. Then after the private high school, my man get into goes to a college, go to college and play ball. Go to college and play ball is a beast. It's a beast. But that self-sabotage is real. And the homie, excuse me that. The self-sabotage is real. You know what I'm saying? And the homie damn ends up fuck around, you know what I'm saying? Start fucking with heroin and shit. Start fucking. It's a dope HBO movie, man. I wish y'all, you know what I'm saying, if y'all can look it up after this. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, he was a great basketball player and start messing with drugs. Then he dropped out of school on some, well, I go back next semester and shit. But he on the street. He on that dope. Time is going by. Next thing you know, before you pay attention to anything, it's like years done went by. And the man's still talking about, oh, well, you know, I'm going to go back to school. I'm like, how you going to do that? You know what I'm saying? Years done went by. You know what I mean? God was great, man. They said the phrase, the GOAT. You know what I mean? I know LL Cool J took the phrase, the GOAT. But the first time I heard of the phrase, the GOAT, was during that time. Earl Manigault, because they called him the GOAT, the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? That's what they called him. And then you had your boy LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J came and was doing the same thing, had the same conversation and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can give kudos to that brother for that too. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Earl Manigault, basketball player, beast, came in the game. I mean, from Harlem, you know what I mean? Came up, made a lane for himself. How many stories are there out there like that? Not just talking about the dope, but you know what I'm saying? How many stories is out there like that? You know what I'm saying? Where he was like, yo, you had all this opportunity, but you know, self-sabotage. Self-sabotage was holding you back. You know, and sometimes we can be blessed enough that we're so blessed that no matter how much we sabotage ourselves, somebody is out there looking out for us. You know what I'm saying? But that's a rare occasion. It's a rare occasion for that to happen. Most of the time when we're talking about this, people got to stand on that shit. You got to stand on your decisions. And then it's, you know, when certain industries is ran by certain people, it's hard to break into them joints if they already let you win, but you messed up the opportunity, you know? Self-sabotage, man, it really can destroy greatness, especially if you don't have the ability to check yourself, especially if you are focused on an outside source being able to make it better for you. Because a lot of times we like to point the finger, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, and sometimes, the finger can't be pointed. Sometimes the fingers can be pointed. But not when we're talking about self-sabotage, because that's in the fucking title. Self-sabotage. Not outside sabotage. It's not third-party sabotage. Self-sabotage. And when you talk about self-sabotage, man, that's real. That's real. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot, man. Being like, yo, things are going good. And for some reason, we just fighting against it. Making mistakes. You know, I like to talk about athletes when I talk about stuff like this because, you know, this is, I think, from a lot of perspective, you've seen this a lot with a lot of athletes before. Prominent student, prominent athlete in school, killing it. Everybody want to give him an opportunity. Everybody want to give him an opportunity, but he can't stay out the street. Everybody want to give you an opportunity. Everybody want to give you an opportunity, but you a little too handsy with the girls. Everybody want to give you an opportunity. Everybody want to give you an opportunity, but you don't want to leave the crew behind. You don't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to leave the hood behind. Everybody giving you opportunities. Everybody giving you opportunities, but you just get arrogant and believe you ain't got to work that hard no more. You ain't got to try no more. This is all like different types and different self-sabotage lanes that people have taken. And the crazy part is, when you're going through self-sabotage, it doesn't feel like self-sabotage. I've been there. I've been there plenty of times, man. I've been there plenty of times. I've been there in professional life. I've been there in my personal life. I've been there in my marriage. I've been there before, where it's like you just get a little too arrogant, a little too cocky, a little, you know what I'm saying? Just get a little too cocky. And you start putting yourself above the team. And you start putting yourself above the situation. Where it's like, if it weren't for me, none of this will happen. It's bullshit, man. Especially when you got a team, That's bullshit. Yes, you might be the money guy. You might be the ideas person. You might be the technical person that know how to do the job. You know what I'm saying? You might be on, it could be on so many different levels. And everybody means something. Like a team is a team. Everybody means something. I went to business school. I said, Old Dominion University. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Go Monarchs. You know what I mean? But damn, it's like, yo, when I was in business school, we got to learn about so many different companies. I was taking a management degree, business management and administration. And you got to look at so many different companies. All right. And when you look at these companies and you pay attention to what the companies go through, it's like no matter what your product is, no matter what your foundation looks like, no matter what your motto is, the truth at the end of the day is it takes talent and great people and great systems to create a great company. Now, CEO is just one person. CEO can't do everything. CFO can't do everything. COO can't do everything. That's why these positions exist. President, all these positions exist for a reason, for an absolute reason. All of these positions must accomplish a goal for the company. So no one person should ever try to take claim over everything. You see it in basketball. I'm going to say basketball, but sports, period. See it in sports. You get an athlete out there who's a beast, an actual beast that makes it happen and does the work, but your attitude is shit. Your attitude is shit because you put yourself here and everybody else down here. Your attitude is shit. You can't look at this shit like it's just you. It's not. I don't give a fuck how good you are. Shaq said it himself. Shaq was like, stars don't win championships. You can have a star on your team. That's not the person that's winning the championship. It takes others to win the championship. The star is going to do exactly what they do every single night. They're going to put the numbers up. They're going to give it to you every single night. But if that cohesive unit don't work together with the same ambition and the goal of winning the championship and going out there every night and playing like the star, giving their star quality, man, that shit is going to take you somewhere. That's when you got a dynasty right there. That's what builds a dynasty. The Bulls had a dynasty. The Lakers had a dynasty. The Pistons had a dynasty. The Celtics had a dynasty. You know what I'm saying? Even when you kind of look at Miami, you know what I'm saying, when Shaq, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying with Shaq. I mean, well, when Shaq was down there too, but mainly when you had Braun and you had excuse me, what the hell is motherfucker married to Gabrielle Union and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, fucking Dwayne. The hell his name? Something Dwayne, something like that. You know what I'm saying? When you had that motherfucker, you know what I mean? You had Bosch and shit. Why the hell? Dwayne Wade, bam. Brain farts. That's what cannabis do. It's cannabis. Cannabis do it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? When you had Dwayne Wade, when you had Braun, when you had Bosch, you know what I'm saying? They had like a little dynasty right then. They was winning. They was winning. A little dynasty. You know what I'm saying? Had a few back to back. They was winning. You know what I mean? But the thing is, when you got to move it in a cohesive unit like that, that's what happens. You get a fucking winning team. And you get a championship winning team that can go up against anyone and take their ass motherfucking down. That's what happens. But when you get like just one player that think they, you know what I'm saying? Like that's Jordan had that reputation. Jordan had that reputation where it was like, you know what I'm saying? But Jordan was a shooting guard. You know what I'm saying? If he was point, he had to move the ball around. Now, you know what I'm saying? So you have to pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody got to do their job and everybody got to do their part. And it depends on everybody. Literally, it depends on everybody. It depends on the doorman. It depends on the janitor. It depends on every single person that is under that umbrella and is moving forward with the same mission to be able to make sure this company is greater so they can do better business the next day. Make sure this team is greater so they can play better the next game. Make sure this artist is greater so they can create art on a whole nother level. It's a different situation. It's a different situation when you're taking it serious and when you realize that, okay, I'm just here to do my part. I'm here to do my part. My part is this, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. Self-sabotage comes into play when the best way I can look at self-sabotage for real, when you try to identify it, you know what I'm saying? When you're trying to identify, I think the best thing to look at it as in when you're dealing, let's put it like this. Let's say you're working to get something accomplished and you're part of a team and you're angry, but there's not really much, like you don't know what anybody else could truly do different. And you don't know what anybody else, you know what I'm saying? How it's their fault, but you're just angry about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what that shit looked like. I mean, that's just a version of it. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? And so to be able to crush that shit, we got to crush the negative self-talk. Because if it's a self-sabotage thing, then it's from self. So you're dealing with negative self-speak. And when you're dealing with negative self-speak, that you got to be the motherfucker to check that shit. Can't nobody help you with negative self-speech. I mean, we could give you exercises, we could tell you like different tactics, we could show you different people to reach out to, but negative self-speech, you cannot, like, you gotta own that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta own it. Just give me one moment, y'all. I'll be right back. One moment. Oh man, I keep telling y'all, man, business. You know what I'm saying? Business. We're still running the business at the same time, but I'll be wanting to sit down and make sure we make this shit happen. I don't got too many hours in the day. I don't got too much free time, so I gotta do shit and make shit overlap and shit like that to be able to get the shit accomplished. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? We stay on the clock. We stay on the grind, baby. You know how that should be. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Again, man, with that negative self-talk, you got to be in control of your shit. You got to understand it. You got to be strong enough to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? Understand that, hey, we're here to do our part. No matter how big of a star you feel like you're in a system or a situation or organization, no matter how big a star you feel, you're really just there to bring your part, do your part. It takes a lot of moving parts to make things happen. And since it takes a lot of moving parts to make things happen, we got to respect every single part. And being in those systems is real easy to, like, you know what I'm saying, big yourself up, shit on other people's games, shit on what other people do. But at the end of the day, if you feel like there's an issue with somebody else's performance, then there's ways to address that to make sure that you're not feeling the issue, they're not feeling the issue, and we still get a great product and a great outcome when it comes to that. You know what I mean? So when it comes to self-sabotage, one of the greatest ways for you to be able to identify if you are truly self-sabotaging is really like try to list what you're so angry about. What's going on? Why do you feel a certain way? Why are you going through things? You know what I'm saying? When I was in business school, we focused on different things, and they gave you these real cool ways to break shit down and identify with things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I was in business school, we had this thing called SMART, and you can breakdown of SMART in any situation using a SMART using the SMART guidelines to be able to break it down makes it so much easier for you to understand. All right. So when it comes to SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, reachable, and time oriented. It can stand now, time sensitive, excuse me. So when it comes to anything you want to identify, okay, let's identify this specific. Let's do the specifics, break down the specifics. Okay. Now, is it measurable? All right. Yes. You see how we measure it. This is how it's measurable. Is it attainable? Okay. And break down if it's attainable and different strategies and things like that we can do to obtain it. All right. Now, is it reachable? Can we actually reach the levels and the goals that we want to reach? You know what I'm saying? And then time. How much time will it take? Is it time sensitive? How much time will it take to execute? And everything has a certain amount of time. And as long as you're mapping the time, then you're not wasting time, but you can understand your level of execution. Okay. So even when you're trying to identify if this is a self-sabotage moment, you can use the SMART, you know what I'm saying? Use the SMART analyst guide. So basically, all right, let's look at the issues that we're having. Let's specifically identify the issue. Okay. Now let's measure that issue on how is this a complete deal breaker? Is this something that can be worked on? Is it something that's just like a minor irritant to you and that you just wish got better? And then we break it down. Okay. Now, is this attainable? Is it attainable? Can we move forward? Can we fix this? Can we work on this? Is it attainable? All right. And if you could break that down, like, all right, are our goals reachable in this? Yeah, they're reachable. Okay. So, am I willing to invest the time into making this better? Once you break things down on that level, then you can really identify if it's self sabotage or if you really have a genuine issue that you're looking to get established, that you're looking to get answered, at least fixed. Even if you don't answer, at least get it fixed. You know? So, in identifying self sabotage, I think that's one of those things that we as Americans, I don't know about other places and shit like that, but we as Americans have a hard time identifying with what we do wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that we actually, we don't really identify with that on a lot of levels and shit. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's because, we come from a place where pride is a big fucking thing. But to be able to, a lot of people aren't truly that proud. So they need to do it on a surface level type shit. So they can't be They can't seem like they're doing anything negative or can't identify themselves with that, because then they're going to look at themselves fucked up, and then they're just going to get angry at a person who probably highlights the fact that they need to pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that as a people, as a family, as a community, since we're going to sit here and we're going to work together and be great, we should be able to help each other identify with self-sabotage, or at least be able to talk ourselves through self-sabotage. Because that right there stops so many great things from happening, stops so many great organizations from being able to flourish, stops so many great sports teams from being able to reach their heights. And it's because, sometimes we can have our head up our own ass and not really be understanding that, nigga, you sitting there with your head up your ass. I've been there. Been in the situations where it was like, hey, look, I'm pointing the finger at everybody around me, not really even paying attention, nigga. You were the problem the whole fucking time. Everybody else would have been better if you were better. You were the problem the whole fucking time. That was me. I had to identify with that on so many different times. All right. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? I did it in business, on my jobs before, in my marriage. I mean, with friends, my head has gotten a little bit too fucking big. And I didn't identify with all of the specific things that made me. Because we don't do this shit on our own. We don't. Like, nothing is built on your own. I try to remodel my kitchen and shit on my fucking own, nigga. I still needed my woman to come and, hold some shit up so I could screw the shit the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? I still needed some type of assistance, even though I got all the OGs were telling me all the different ways, and, put the 2x4 and all that. Yeah, but, sometimes you still need an extra hand. And when you get that extra hand, you can't just dismiss it as if, yeah, I had that extra hand, but I did everything by my motherfucking self. That shit ain't real. That's not real. You're not doing this by yourself. You're doing this with the team, and you're doing this with the ambitions and the goals and the ideas and the sophistication of a team. Everybody is putting together to be able to make sure that you can reach somewhere. And so you got to identify with that. If you're in a situation where you feel like you do everything yourself, then you do need to sit back and check yourself. No matter how much harder you feel like you work over everyone else, you got to understand that everyone else pulls apart. And if they didn't pull their part, you wouldn't have nowhere near the successes that you do. We got to identify with these things, man. We got to stop allowing our egos and our lack of understanding of ourselves be the catalyst that destroys the great shit that we're supposed to accomplish. You know how many, and I mean, I'm a street dude, so I'm gonna bring this shit the fuck up. You know how many successful organizations went down off of self-sabotage, nigga? Cats in the motherfucker, cats. I mean, they both coming from nowhere. They all grinding, making this shit motherfucker happen. And next thing you know, what's happening after that? Boom. Somebody get caught up on something stupid. Somebody fighting somebody stupid. Somebody robbing their whole homeboy, setting the folks up. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We could have made it. We could have made it to the next level. You want to pick this apart. You want to be upset because this person is being seen like a boss, so you don't feel like you being treated like a boss. Like, come on, man. That shit be destroying shit, and we can't pay attention to that shit. We got to make sure that we focusing on where to move forward. How to move forward. How do we move forward? How do we make this happen? How do we build these dreams? Let's stop with this small ambition and these small issues about our emotions and things, and let's just think about the big picture. How many people this is going to feed? How many people are going to be able to eat off this situation? How many people are going to be able to see and are going to be able to make sure that their kids eat and that things are being taken? How many? How many people are going to be successful and going to have a better life because you sacrificed? That's the bigger picture. Understanding, having a true understanding of why you're here, and definitely why the fuck you're doing this. I'm doing this to be successful. I am in business and I am an entrepreneur because my goal is to make sure that I can feed my family on a level like King motherfucking. I want to be like Jeffrey Joffa in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I want to be. My son calling me friend shit. They were like, "Yo, this one, this." I'm like, "Nah, nigga, I need, you know what I'm saying, double up. Give him some more milk." You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I want to have my life on that level. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? On that level and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to take it there, man, we gonna take it there. You know what I'm saying? But the shit is nutty. It's like, yo, if you on top of it, if you building it, if you know what I'm saying, you sacrifice, you put it forward, you did it. If you did it, I understand. You're gonna have an ego about it, you're gonna be aggressive about it, you gonna, you know what I'm saying, I'm the best at this shit, I'm the best basketball player, I'm the best comedian, I'm the best actor, I'm the best boxer, yada yada yada. But don't forget that it was a team fucking effort. Yes, you're the best boxer because you had the best training. Yes, you have, yes, you know what I'm saying, you're the best player on a team. But the reason you can even get any attention is because that team helps you win. So we have to focus on that fact. Self-sabotage is one of those type of things that it comes up out of nowhere. It can creep up out of nowhere. You could have been doubling down on this shit for a long fucking time. You ever been the type of person where it's like, man, nothing lasts. I can't get nothing to last. I can't get nothing to make it. I can't get nothing to work. Yo, you could be one of them niggas that be self-sabotaging in the middle of the shit. Yo, we at a point where we about to hit this level, but you get right here and you can't get no part of here because you stuck on something you can't get over. And truthfully, man, in life, yo, you are gonna leave people at certain levels. You're gonna leave people at certain levels. Sometimes this motherfucker's gonna be able to take it here. Sometimes motherfucker gonna be able to take it somewhere else. But if you can't take it, if you can't expand it, then you gonna just stay where you at. And that's cool. It's cool to benchmark yourself and be where you happy at. You know what I'm saying? But understanding that people are going to be shooting past you and understanding that people are going to keep it going, and that could have been you too. But you let it affect you. You let it get to you. You let it eat you up eat your stomach up. You let it, instead of just answering the problem. We got things that we have to do here. And the business already takes so much time and effort. I'm looking at it like this. We're a family, we're a team, we're a community. So let's help each other shine. Let's be the iron that sharpens each other. You know what I'm saying? Let's be the iron that sharpens each other. If you feel like you are self-sabotaging or you know somebody that's self-sabotaging, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, number one, when you feel like you're self-sabotaging, you checking yourself because you're going to desperately need to do that. And please do it before it goes too far. Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, when you're destined for greatness and you on this path, you know what I'm saying? You on this path, you got to understand that when you take your foot off the gas, the foot is going to be off the fucking gas. You're not going to be, foot is off the gas. I like to keep my foot on the gas. So no matter if I know if I'm the problem, and again, that's how I identify it. I use my KSAs, my knowledge, skills, and abilities, and I break things down using my SMART analysis. All right. And when I'm breaking it down using my SMART analysis, I'm able to get a better understanding if I'm the issue or if somebody else is. And if I'm the issue, I must address it. Because to be able to identify if you're the issue or not, if you're very, very angry about a situation, again, and you're trying to figure out whose fault, and then you say, what can they do to change it and make it better, and you really don't have any answers, self-sabotage, yo. That's the easiest way to fucking understand it. Self-sabotage. Like, oh, damn, I'm fucking this up. This shit really ain't, I'm fucking this up. That's self-sabotage. We got to check ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we understand that we're so poisonous that we're just bad for a situation. And we will have to pull ourselves from that situation. You ain't got to ride it out and make sure the situation is destroyed. You pull yourself from the situation. If you feel like you're the side, pull yourself from it. Understand, like, yo, this right here has to move forward. This right here, it's just that I can't, for some reason, I'm not happy with the situation. And if it's like that, yo, you make your move and you make your decision and you do what you do. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you are identifying what the true problem is. Because if you don't identify what the true problem is, guess what? You're going to take it into the next situation. Just like a girl or a man whose heart has been broken and it wasn't fixed, and they haven't, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes you need closure and shit for motherfuckers who need closure but didn't get closure and shit like that. And you see what the fuck they do in the next relationship. Take that same old bullshit, drag it to the next relationship, hurting the next person, creating another fucking issue because you just couldn't address what the fuck the elephant in the room is. The elephant in the room is, hey, you should be happy, but you're not. Why? That's how you identify with it. We got to be strong enough to ask ourselves these questions, man. We got to be strong enough to rock that way. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be strong enough to identify when we're doing negative self-talk. Negative self-talk is the thing that is the greatest catalyst for self-sabotage. You go from negative self-talk to self-sabotage. It just works that way. All right. Now, I heard something today where it says negative self-talk, negative energy considered a demon. It's considered a demon. Negative energy is considered a demon. And if you are indulging negative energy, that means you're feeding this demon. And the demon's just going to grow more powerful. It has no other choice. It takes positive energy to be able to overthrow that. Positive energy. And how do you become positive in a negative situation? You figure out if you, number one, if this, again, what is the specific issue? Then how can this issue be measured? All right. Now, if I want to fix this issue, can this issue be fixed? Is it attainable? Okay. All right. So we're going to set goals to be able to reach for this. Are those goals reachable? Okay. Those goals are reachable. All right. So we're going to break it down on time. How much time is it going to take us? And is it worth the time? That's how you break it down, you know? And sometimes, man, you figure out that you the fucking problem. And you have one or two choices. Well, you have three, actually. Three choices. You know what I'm saying? If you're the problem. If you're the problem, you have three choices. You can either fix it, quit, or destroy it. And if you're the problem, why would you want to create more negativity in a situation where negativity was only created because you created it? So, negative self-talk, man, be pushing you in the wrong direction, be pushing you up against the wrong shit and having your mind up on the wrong shit. So, in my personal opinion, so you don't have this self-sabotage cloud over your head from all of this negative self-talk, remember to ask yourself a real question. Is there anything that could be done to fix this and make me feel better in the situation? Okay, is that can be done, that can be fixed to make me feel better in the situation, fair to all parties involved? If it's fair to all parties involved, and it's one of those things that you know that it can make you happy, then that's when you go there, and it's not negative, not self-sabotage. But if it doesn't benefit everybody involved and it only benefits you, then it's self-sabotage. I'm just saying. So yes, man. I just wanted to touch on that, man. Self-sabotage is the big thing. And I believe that, you know, if we can address that shit ahead of time, then we can save ourselves a lot of heartache and a lot of motherfucking bullshit. And then we can reach things and create greater things as a people. I just believe in that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we had a great time with y'all today, man. I am Mso the Great. Thank you for taking time and rocking with the I'm So Great podcast today. You know what I'm saying? We're in beautiful Welax studio on the ground. We got different shit going on. I told you I'm steady hustling. I'm steady making shit happen. I got my lovely young lady. She just came to join me. You know what I'm saying? Got my lovely young lady right here, man. Miss Tiff J from VA. Yes, isn't she lovely? I understand that, and I will fuck you up. Keep your dick in your pants. All right, we out of here, man. I'm so the motherfucking great. Yes, I am great because I've been great to the plate. coming from you, or live from, excuse me, I'm twisting up my tongue, coming live from We Lack Studios, baby. You know what I'm saying? And as again, we out.